the way it works is they submit proofs of concept to us for vulnerabilities that are common across the internet, as well as misconfigurations and things like that. We build those into our engine as modules. And then when we scan all of our customers, we reward those white hat hackers, our crowdsourced researchers, based on the number of hits that those modules did. Sometimes we want to get a little bit more of our crowdsourced community and leverage them as much as we can. We do get something around 100 submissions a month from our crowdsourced researchers, and maybe 0 days as well, which is a real benefit to us because it allows us to warn our customers about issues before anyone else could. We get dibs on those. The key things are you want to decide what to automate somehow. We found asking a crowd of hackers is a really great way to do that. But you need to gather data on what tech you or your customers are using and fingerprint those versions as well so that you can ignore irrelevant issues for older versions. Like proofs of concept. And here's where the crowd really, really helps us out, because we would have to hire effectively an army of security researchers to get the same level of coverage as we are able to otherwise. And also that real focus on low positive rates. Too many false positives make people start to ignore things, which is always bad. And it also means that we can monitor the rates closely, disable things that don't work well, or improve them too.
What is the most common vulnerability reported by ethical hackers?
Most common? I think it would probably be file disclosure if that was going to be a category. So it turns out there are dozens upon dozens upon dozens of files in people's code bases which should just not be exposed to the web. But because there's so many of them, it's really easy for them to slip through. So, configuration files containing internal host names and sometimes even passwords or API keys, those kinds of things. We see a lot of those, probably closely followed by cross-site scripting.
Another question we got here was, how do you choose which hackers join your network? That's an interesting one.
That's a really good question. So we have an application process. It's open for anybody to apply, but we have a technical challenge for them. So we set up a deliberately vulnerable service, which takes screenshots. And we bundled that into a Docker container and put it up on GitHub. And we invite people to download it, run it locally, and try and find some vulnerabilities in it and let us know what they are and how they found them. So that's part of our application process. So we try to be quite select. We also do sort of standard application review type things. We'll, look at people's profiles on other bug bounty platforms if they have them and see what kinds of things they come up with as well. We try to add a personal touch.